Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to try to solve this question. The pyramid transition matrix, this which is the problem of the day. I was trying to solve it a little bit, but I will start from the beginning. I've not solved this problem before. So, of course, I will try to explain my intuition that I have thought. Let's see. Let me prepare my I'm audible, right? I hope I am audible. Let's see. So, let me explain you this question. We are given a pyramid, the bottom part. And we want to build this thing up like this. So from the bottom, we want to form the next layer. And then from this layer, we want to form the next layer. And there are some rules, like if these two are defined, then there is only certain number of ways you can put the top layer. Like there is a triangle based rule. Like if this is X and Y, and let's say some rules are X, Y, E, X, Y, W, then if the bottom two, if this is X and Y, then I can only put E or W on the top. So while following these rules, there will be multiple rules. We want to build this pyramid up to the point when there is only one cell on top. Every cell, and I mean every layer, has one brick less than the previous layer. It's a recursion heavy question. We will try to solve. So I was trying to form this recurrence somehow. So first, basically, if bottom means initially the bottom will be the bottom that has been given in the question, and I will try to form this string forming based on the bottom. So let's form these rules first. Like I can just say for is through allowed and of course the rules are of, I have designed it as a char to char type of rules, that given two characters you can only put a character. I get a series of characters like X, Y, E, W. Like for a given two characters, you can only have a set of characters going down. Okay, so I will just do, this looks bad. Okay, so is 0 equal to s of 2. All are 3 length strings that are rules, and we just call a recurrence. return the recurrence of, initially the forming will be empty, the one that is given on bottom. We've sent in the rules. Now we want to say if the bottom size is 1, we have already reached a particular result. Otherwise we want to form this bottom, form this forming based on the bottom. So we have some rules. I can just say, first, if there are no rules associated with the current string, of course then I need an IDX, that is that in the forming part only, in which index I am. So first I will say that, wait, let me just reformat this. So if first, if this part is empty, right, like rules of, I will pass in 2 characters. Let's say char u is equal to bottom IDX and v is equals to bottom IDX plus 1. So what I'm trying to do is every brick in every level is a level. So let's say I am in some layer, some layers have been formed, and I am some particular index. Of course, I will have access to both of these index because size is at least 1. Sorry, at least 2. If size is 1, then I return true. Now we access that if rules has that uv, and let's say dot size, this is a vector of char we get 0 if there is no rules associated for that, to false on for that level. Otherwise we go let's say x through this thing, we pass in the pair, so we are going to get series of x. So first I will try to forming push back this x, and I want to answer if it's possible to dx plus 1 forming bottom rules, I return true. If it is possible to put this character and form the rest of the world, then okay. Otherwise I pop back and then retry again. So every level, everything I will try, and in the end, if I don't find any of this does not return true, then there is no answer. Let's try running this. Should I put this auto? Well, there can be multiple characters, right? So I get, for this I get a vector and I'm iterating through that vector. Should be okay, right? Of course, there is this pushback and popback. Okay. I think this is vector of every candidate index 0 initially. Okay, BCD output is false. Expected true. Wait. Uh, let's say I am done with a level, so I will just, if idx equal to bottom dot size minus 2, right? Or let's say bottom dot size minus 1. Like we have reached a particular index. So I will just return 0 comma forming will be empty, but bottom will be this current forming, right? And of course I will pass in the rules. Yes, it's passing for samples. It will pass for the, yes. I will of course explain my entire thought process. Let's go back to the iPad. Okay. So let's say you are given a bottom, right? Okay, battery is low. Just okay. Let's take a test case. Okay. What are the rules available to us? I think we have, I don't know why it's glitching a little bit. BCC. There are no duplicate rules. So this will pass very easily. Like BCC, CD, E. and CEA. Okay, so these are the rules given to us. Now, of course, there can be more. So first what we do is, this is the bottom and my formed is empty. So, and I know index equal to 0 initially. So I check these two and I will try to find the character. There can be multiple. Let's say there is a P as well. Okay. So I put this P. And after I put this P in the formed, I try to say that, okay, index has been increased by 1. So I will call for recurrence 1, then maybe P, bottom is BCD, and rules. Okay. If at any time the index reaches the highest for the current bottom situation, for example, the index reached here 2, so I mean 0, this was 0, let's say this is the 1 I've reached, right? It was initially 0, now it's searching for this 1, so it will check for 1 and 2, then I will try to form this. So CD, I think we have only 1, so it will try to put. Now since the index has reached like idx equal to 2 now, and that's the maximum this level can hold, and that is always bottom level, like the bottom minus 1. Like if index has reached a place where it's bottom minus 1, it's time to go to the next level. So we call recurrence for 0. So reset the index. Formed will be empty, and now my new bottom is what I have formed here, that is PE, and of course the rules is there just to pass as an argument. So first I put in P, then I went to the next level and I put in E, and I will try to, now my bottom is PE and my formed is empty, and from this PE I will find, does there exist any PE in my rules? There doesn't exist any PE, so this will return false. So then I will check, does this CD have any other, does this CD have any other thing to put, like backtrack? There is none. Does BC have something else? Yes, BC has E, right? So BC will, I will put E in place of, and I think CD I will also put E. Was this BC and E? Sorry, this was C, right? So for BC I will put C, and for CD I will put E, and I think there is a CE that exists to put on here, so I will put a E, and as soon as this condition that the bottom, like this will send, let me explain, like this level will send that bottom is equal to CE and formed equal to A, right? Sorry, formed equal to empty, let's say. So bottom CE and formed is empty. Now again A will be formed, and then bottom will become A and formed will be empty. And as soon as this bottom size is 1, there is no way to form indices anymore. Like, let's see in the code. Like, as soon as this bottom is 1, there is no way, so we return true and not form this step, because idx and idx plus 1 only exists if bottom has size at least 2, and if idx is bottom size minus 1, that means this current level has been already formed. I hope you understand. This is just the formation of rules, that every pair of character gives me a vector of character to iterate through. Of course, I can try, if I don't even write this condition, that if size of that is 0, I return false. Like, it will find nothing to iterate, so it will return false. So this should also work the same, even though it's good to have that check. It's like, if there are no rules, like if the vector is empty for the current current pair of character, then we just return false, even though it's good to have this condition. So it will just not try to find it in the map completely. It will just check for the size. Okay. I hope I made myself clear. This code will be available in my lead. I will give it in the down in the description. Thank you very much for watching. I hope I made myself clear. Have a great day, and like, share, subscribe if you find any value in this channel. Thank you very much for watching.